Hey guys, Damon here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about rent to own in real estate, and I'll be going over the process and showing you how it works and how it can work for you. So let's get going. You know, when most people think of real estate and finding a place to live, they think there's just two options. You either buy or you rent. Most people don't realize that there's other ways that you can use to buy a home. My favorite way is using creative financing. Creative financing is when you work outside of a traditional bank and you structure a creative type of deal with the owner of the property. So instead of just renting or just buying, you can actually do a combination of both, where you lease the home and buy it at some point in the future. In creative financing, we call this a rent to own. A rent to own is where a buyer signs two agreements with the home seller. The first agreement is a lease agreement, which gives the buyer the right to live in the home today and enjoy all of the benefits of the home. And the second agreement is a purchase agreement, which gives the buyer the right to purchase the home at some point in the future, before the lease expires. All of the terms to the purchase are agreed to up front. The buyer's just getting time to buy while living in the home and making monthly lease payments to the seller. A rent to own, when done correctly, has a ton of benefits for both the buyer and the seller. Let's start off by going over some of the benefits for a seller selling their home using a rent to own. The first benefit, since you're being flexible, is that you can ask for top dollar on the home. No matter if the market is up, down, or sideways, you can ask for top dollar. The second benefit is that you can ask for top market rent on the home, since you're making it easier to buy. The third benefit is that you can collect an upfront, non-refundable option consideration. The buyer pays this to have the right to buy the home. The fourth benefit is that you have a large pool of buyers at all times. Did you know that only 20% or less of the population can actually buy a home today? So with rent to own, you're working with the 80% of the buyers who just need a little bit of time and flexibility as they work toward their purchase. The fifth benefit is that you're also dealing with better quality tenants. So instead of a typical renter, you're working with people who are serious and who are working towards their purchase. So they're going to take care of the home as if it were already theirs, because in the future, it's going to be theirs when they buy it. The sixth benefit is that there's no commissions to pay when you sell your home yourself this way. This alone will put thousands more in your pocket because you're keeping that 6% of the purchase price. So these are just some of the many benefits that you can have when you sell your home using the rent-to-own strategy. Now let's go over some of the benefits for the buyer using the rent-to-own strategy to buy their next home. The first benefit is that you can get into a home for very little to no money down versus buying traditionally, so you don't have to put down 10 or 20% to get into a home. Since you're dealing directly with the home seller, you have flexibility. When you're dealing with the banks, you don't have that flexibility because they have very strict guidelines that they have to follow. The second benefit is that you have the purchase price locked in up front, so you don't have to worry about a moving target when it comes time to purchase. The third benefit is that any option consideration that you do put down is credited toward the purchase of the home. This way your money is working for you instead of throwing it away. The fourth benefit, and in many ways it's one of the most important ones, is time. The rent-to-own strategy gives you time. Time to clear up any credit issues that keep you from buying today, time to save for an additional down payment, and time to shop around for the best available financing. It all works together. The better your credit, the better financing that you're going to get, and the more money that you're going to save every month. These are just some of the many benefits that you can have when you buy your next home using the rent-to-own strategy. Now that we've gone over the benefits for both the buyer and the seller, let's go over the benefits for you, the investor out there. If you're tired of dealing with bad homes in bad areas, then this strategy is going to be a breath of fresh air for you. The first benefit is that you can control beautiful homes in nice areas for very little down, and sometimes even no money down, which translates to more profit for us. The less that we have to put out, the more that we can make on our investments. The second benefit is profits. You can profit on any home that you use this strategy with. Imagine this. You use the rent-to-own strategy to control a beautiful home in a nice area for very little to no money out of your pocket. Then you collect a $10,000 upfront non-refundable option consideration from your buyer, which goes directly into your pocket on day one when they move in. On top of that, you collect an additional $500 cash flow each and every month until they buy the home. And when the home sells in a year, you collect an additional $30,000 on the home. So that's $46,000 on a home that you didn't even own. You only controlled it using the rent-to-own strategy. Now imagine if you got one of these houses each and every month. how long would it take before this could replace your job completely? The third benefit is that you don't have to go to a bank to get into these beautiful homes, so you don't have to personally sign for any debt. The fourth benefit is that there's very little risk when using this strategy because you're not buying these homes traditionally. You're only controlling the property. If you were to go out there and buy an investment property traditionally, then you have all the risk if anything goes wrong. Again, these are just some of the many benefits that you can have using the rent-to-own strategy as an investor in real estate. So there you have it, the rent-to-own process and how it works. No matter if you're looking to buy your first home, sell your home for top dollar, or buy your first investment property, the rent-to-own strategy can be beneficial to you. That's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something. If you did, click the like button below, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.